down to do a show, so forth. You know, we befriended him and everything, and then he became like our manager and then hype man. You know.
Yeah.
So that's the way it started. And then when we left California, because we had our own label out in California.
Right.
So when we did that and came down there, we started Luke Skywalker Records.
Okay. So Nick, another thing, how did y'all, most of the songs that y'all were doing, how did they come about? Y'all just in the strip club having fun and just go back to the studio and say, that's it right there? Or,
well, we were taking like when we did Throw the Dick, right?
Right.
That was a dance that they were doing in the streets and so forth. So basically, I was still in the military back then, you know, and we came down there, did a couple shows and so forth, and we were watching the kids do the dance and stuff like that. And I wrote the record on playing back to the bass, you know what I'm saying? And then we went in the studio and recorded it, you know what I'm saying? So basically, that record started Luke Skywalker Records. And that record, the single itself only cost us like $236, you know, to start up. So
that was the movement. I mean, back in the day, you know, I'm a huge fan of music. But even in New York, I mean, I keep talking about New York because everything that was hot came through the East Coast.
Well, you see, a lot of people don't know that Marquise and myself, we're from New York.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, when I went into the military, we started out then out on the West Coast, but I'm from Brooklyn and Marquise is from Rochester.
Upstate New York in the building, that's what's up.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we collaborated, Mix was from California and so forth, you know. And it just came together, you know.
It just took off from that because that was a huge movement back there in the 90s. I mean, I often say, oh my bad, in the 80s too. But for the young bucks, it's the 90s because that's when the little Daisy Dukes and the Pum Pums and all that, you know, all that came out, you know, and they would drop it.
If I let you know how old, you wouldn't be like,
no, we're going to keep that one a secret. They don't need to know all that. They don't need to, your music speaks for itself. They don't need to know all that.
You can take that to Wikipedia.
Yeah, there you go, right there. But I mean, that was a huge movement. I mean, and I remember in the clubs, when they started making the little itty bitty Daisy Dukes with a little rough, I mean, they could not wait to hear some 2 Live Crew just so they could bend over and just act a donkey. I mean, it was crazy. It was like almost instant. Like the beat would drop and it was like bend over, beat drop, bend over. I mean, it was crazy.
The music was infectious, and you know, we had a chemistry that was different from a lot of different things, you know. And at that time, everything just came together for us, you know. So we were very lucky.
I know y'all all slowed down a lot now. What's the wildest thing that has happened while doing the show? I know of one of them.
It's many things, because our show is like interactive, you know. We had all kinds of sex on stage.
You said I was interactive.
I was at a show when Luke got some head on stage.
Wow.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because that started in Japan, so.
Wow.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, tell us about that.
There's video on that somewhere. Somebody got a video somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it happened on stage, you know. So it was wild.
With all that being said right there, yeah, so much. I mean, and then you guys went on to transition into your songs being used in soundtracks of movies. I mean, definitely, you guys know Friday was definitely was seen when the Crazy Girl pulled up, and and the Hoochie Mama song was dropping, and all that, man, it's crazy.
We make history around here. You hear me?
Definitely, history has been made with 2 Live Crew.
Yeah,
so I make my own shit.
We have a lot of songs and movies, you know, and they still hit us up and stuff like that, you know.
Give them royalty checks for sure. Give it to them. Give it to them. Pay them.
So you still talk to Luke?
Yeah, right now he's coaching high school football.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he coached defense for Norland.
Okay. And are the cheerleaders doing the routines to any 2 Live Crew? I mean,
well, cheerleaders, you know, they get it anyhow. They start young, so.
Yeah. So are you guys working on anything right now, musically?
Yeah, we have a new single that's out right now. It's called Take It Off. It's on New Focus, Lil Joe Records. New Focus is our label, Marquise and myself. And we're doing a joint venture with Lil Joe Records and so forth, so. You know, so it's a good thing. The Take It Off is the first single. The album is called Turn Me On. It'll be coming out soon. We have tracks with Manny Fresh, E40, Trick Daddy Dollars, Trina, a lot of, you know.
Too Short.
Yeah, Too Short too. Shout out to Too Short. Yeah. Fire's good. Itching. She's itching to get in there. Go ahead, Fire. Get it. Get it. She's working the spring. Go ahead.
I have some illegitimate ass shit.
It's all good now. It's like cookies in the plate.
Yeah.
You know what? Shout out to MC Beauty, DJ B-Boy. Being in this moment with such great people and to interview such a person of your stature. I'm gonna tell you like this. I can't really. I know there's the downs and the ups of what you went through. Now, what I want, because the listeners, which is over 600,000 listeners, you understand what I'm about? That's tuned in, and this show is being heard. It's somebody's morning show out in Russia, and that's how far our reach is. I want to know from the back end, because they see, you know, 2 Live Crew, you're getting the awards, you're getting this, you're getting the money. But what are some of the things that you had to endure that people didn't get a chance to see? Because you're human, just like everybody else. So
a lot of lawsuits, a lot of everything. You know, we've been through a lot of battles. You know what I'm saying? We're battle tested with. Right. You know, we've been sued, we've been this, with that, you know, so forth. You know. But you know, we endured because we love the music. You know, we don't do it for the money because in the era that we came up in, it wasn't paying that great. You know what I'm saying? But it was for the love of the music and love of what we do, and that's why I still do it today. You know, regardless.
Right. So, do you ever consider yourself to be an iconic person?
No, I think I was just here in one place at one time, and I just try to stand for what I believe in, you know.
Which is pussy. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Hey, you know.
Don't leave out the booty.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Pussy always rule everything, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no woman should be broke in the world.
Right.
Kill them. That's what they say.
And you know,
he's right about that. My grandmother told me that. She said, woman with a wet pussy should never ever.
All right, this is my turn. All right. All right.
Hey, that's why you get water. You can spit on it too.
See, now you're coming out. Forget all that prolific shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
and so
you have to live it before you speak it.
Yes.
Oh, spit on it. All right. So, you know, do you still get excited, you know, because we don't see what you see. You know, for you to be a part of a situation that went to the Supreme Court, how does that look on that side of the coin? You know what I'm saying? Because some people, we stand up for things, but we don't stand all the way up against the powers that be, the executive, the judicial, and the legislative departments and the branches of the government. We don't stand that tall. You know what I'm saying? But you stood against the armed services of what the world is to me, and you said, hey, it is what it is, it's freedom of speech, and rolled that thing all the way out, you know, with Luke. So how did it look on that side of the coin?
Well, a lot of times some of it was depressing because we were just making music, and we considered it like locker room talk, you know, like what people say in the locker room, what females say about guys behind closed doors. Well, he packing, he doing this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we do the same thing as men, you know, so we figure, you know, this is what we talk about, and, you know, and we just put it on record, you know, like others before us, like the Rudy Ray Moores and the Red Foxes and so forth. But we just do it to music, you know, and we enjoy what we do, you know. Right. And we take our stage show and we show people.
You showed them, you wrote them, you everything. Now, a lot of when I was growing up, looking at, you know, the whole group from my perspective, being from New Orleans and things like that, I always wanted to ask you one question, because I don't think it's talked about enough. What's your nationality?
Half Chinese, half black. I was born in Trinidad.
That's fucked up. It's like a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this. When you blew up, how did each culture identify with you? Being at Chinese, I mean, I'm more than sure.
I'm considered the first person of Asian descent in hip hop, right, and so forth.
And that's what I wanted to get out. Okay.
You know, and so on. But I never try to use that as anything, you know, because I think you know, skill-wise, as a rapper, I thought I could hold my own.
Right.
Back then, so you know, I was just part of it. You know?
So I know you've been to China.
Nah,
You haven't been?
Nah.
You never been to nowhere near Taiwan or?
I've been to Japan and stuff like that.
How do they treat you?
Great. I mean, they embrace it. The culture, the hip hop culture, you know.
Right.
So, which is a good thing, you know. The same way like New Orleans embraces, because I love New Orleans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Because that's where we got Puffin Pussy from.
That's right. That's right. And I was going to mosey on down there because a lot.
That's where I got it from, because I went to see Bust Down at the club.
Yes.
And that's when, you know, I convinced Bust Down to come to Luke Records.
Yes.
Because I seen him in the club and I was vibing, you know, because I had some homeboys that played for the Saints and stuff like that. And we were hanging in one of the clubs he was doing.
Right.
And we were down there, I think it was a BRE or something, convention, and I convinced him to come over to Luke Records.
Right. And see, that's the kind of stuff, and I love, you know, doing what I do and getting the stuff that everybody don't know. Like, I can remember being in the St. Bernard Projects, because I'm from that 7th Ward. And a lot of people don't know Chris Rock has family in New Orleans that stayed in the St. Bernard Projects. So I would see Chris Rock and Tony Rock playing in the courtyard in the St. Bernard Projects. And if you go back to some of his earlier stuff, he posted a couple of times where he was in the family, the projects, and you know, like, y'all don't know this, where I started. And when he did the movie, he brought out some of those pictures when he was in the St. Bernard Project. So being that, you know, Buzz Down was one of our platform rappers.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know how and like Beyonce, she took the dance, and New Orleans, if anything, because we had, you know, Warren Mays.
It played a big part.
It played a big part. Warren Mays was the first commercial, you know, person from New Orleans to have any booty song on the radio. And so it was Get It Girl, Don't Stop. And you know, we used to call it pee-popping.
Right,
Pussy popping. And then when they graduated, when 2 Live Crew came along, and then when he picked up Buzz Down, it was just a whole lot of just stuff going on. So getting back to the Chinese part and with the black part, and then being from Trinidad.
Right.
How did that whole thing like infuse?
Because, you know, the culture from Trinidad, you know, we have carnival. You know, it's like the same thing like how y'all have it.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, right? And the music, you know, the tempo and all that type of stuff, and the sexuality. It's in the music, it's in the blood, it's in the culture. So, and you just merge.
And see, now I hear the accent like really heavy now. You know, it's coming out, so that means you're very comfortable. Because a lot of times in broadcasting, and I know MC Beauty didn't understand that, when you transferring over and you got to interview somebody, they want you to be a clean slate. Right. So you don't get a lot of person's nationality in a sense, because communications, you have to have a universal thing. So the mere fact that I now can hear you, that means you're comfortable. And you're comfortable in my house, and I really do appreciate it, because if you don't know, if anybody else don't give you the reverence that you deserve, you're going to get it here. Because we are ground zero, but we also go up in the boardrooms and represent. And I'm going to tell people, I'm going to scream it loud, that you are alive and kicking and just as vibrant. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to maybe send some big girls over to suck your dick.
While they play his new hit single.
While they play his new single, of course. And you can speak the Trinidadian and the Chinese to the, I don't care. But these big girls, they love you. You know what I'm saying? They still twerking and working to your song. So to see, and you have kids, right?
Yeah.
You have grandkids?
Yeah.
How do they feel now hearing it and know that a whole new culture, I mean cultures after decades after, that they still, like, you that guy?
Well, my kids, they always, you know, be like, they try to keep me grounded and keep me in tune to everything. That's why, like in Miami on Monday nights, I do, with my friends, it's called the Miami Pipeline, where we showcase a lot of the young talent and so forth.
Awesome.
And what we do, we mentor them and tell them how to come through and do different things.
Awesome.
Like, through the pipeline came like Pitbull, Rick Ross, Flo Rida, and so forth. Because Flo Rida used to be my hype man.
A lot of people don't know that.
You know, so it's all good, you know.
That's what it is. Is there anything that you want to say that don't really get asked in interviews. That's a part of you. Like me, if somebody asks me, I love HGTV. I could sit at home. My perfect day is sitting at home watching HGTV, twirling my pubic hair. That's my perfect day. What is your perfect day? I don't care. I'll tell you what to do.
I like just laying in bed, relaxing, being on the internet. You know, a lot of people don't know when I go to all my Facebook pages and stuff like that. That's me.
That's actually you.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's
awesome.
awesome.
And people ask me questions and so forth, and I answer, and I tell them different things, and sometimes and so forth, and then take it to the office, go there, argue with the company sometimes, or be like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do this, or, and they listen, and that's the good thing we have, the relationship that we have with our new label,
That's awesome.
That they listen to us.
That's an awesome thing. I think that you're one of the most intelligent persons that I've talked to. And they call me celebrity interviewer, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I think the mindscape of a person is a wonderful thing, and I love your mind. Because irregardless of what you were saying out of the mouth, it was, y'all played chess. It was some strategy behind, changing a whole culture. So, and that doesn't happen with dumb people. So I'm gonna say today, you know what I'm saying, I hope it's all right with my crew, like, September the 6th, for us, the Synergy Club Radio, we're going to indict it, the 2 Live Crew, National 2 Live Crew Day. And every year that we're on, hopefully if you're in town or whatever, but we're going to make a concerted effort to not only celebrate the music, but we want to celebrate the minds of people who play chess with this music. And for that, I salute you so very dearly.
Absolutely.
And we're going to give a round of applause.
Absolutely.
Yes. Like literally.
Yes.
And I know so many people tuned in, they scared to call in or whatever. This is that
Don't be
good
scared.
stuff.
That rain, that thunder, the fire thunder, whatever she said. I still can't get it right. I'm going to get it right, though. That Thunderbird. There you go. We're going to take our first call. Let's see who's on the phone rocking with us right now. What's good? 975.
Hi, is this Fire?
This is MC Beauty, Mom.